Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. I'm just going to say this, man. Good morning to everybody, to all my family and friends. Good morning to everybody except, I got it, man. The Jacksonville Jaguars, you don't get a good morning. The Florida State Seminoles, you don't get a good morning. Y'all can kick rocks, you dig? Yes, I'm still petty, and I ain't got over it yet. My football teams are killing me, but we're going to be all right, man. Hopefully, everybody's having a good Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's got your butt to work, man, getting on your grind, because motorcycle parts ain't cheap. But let everybody know we're on. Let everybody know we're going in. It's the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. Let's go.
The other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Sliding on my road glide, looking so fly. 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We Iron Elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Water up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know Harley did it. I'm real gnarly with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it. Backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, water up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Harley Up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man, we're going to get it together every once in a while, man. AT&T. Y'all be killing me with this internet, man. But we're going to get it together. Hopefully everybody's, again, having a great day this Tuesday, man. Guess what we got coming up this weekend? We got the Ride to Eat, man. It's going to be the Ground Pounders reunion. They're going to be coming from everywhere across America to get to Hammond, Louisiana, man. Hopefully you guys can make it there safe and sound. But if you ain't there, man, you going to miss out. I'm just telling you. Ain't that right, D-Bell? Let me do this, man. Let me get it going. Ain't that right, D-Bell?
Yes, it is. In fact, I'm in place right now. I'm only 60 miles away.
Facts. Hey, man. Ride to Eat is where them ground pounders going to be talking about what we love doing the most, and that's riding motorcycles long distance, man. So again, we're gonna tee it up today, man. I've got a special guest. We started off talking about we're gonna do an I-10 to the end because D Bell is a gold star recipient, man. So let's do this real quick. So real quick before we even get that out, let's do this, man. Hey, man, this brother riding motorcycles, man. But not only is he a 3-star or third gold star recipient of the I-10 to the end, he's done all this stuff, man, in less than 2 years. I remember he went across in 23, and then you took your wife, Sonny, across in the latter part of 23, am I correct?
Yes.
And then just for the fun of it, in 24, he decided he was going to go ahead and be not only the third I-10 to the end, he did a triple crown. Am I correct? Triple crown.
Yes, triple crown for the CMA.
Hey, man, and hey, for those that don't know, man, explain the triple crown. What you got to do for a triple crown, David?
Okay, you have to do 3 of the rides for the CMA. Like I say, I don't know if anybody watched K Solo's show last night, but they explained they did the Grand Slam. I'm not.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do that this year. You know, time ran out and I had other things to do. But with the triple crown, you have to do 3 of the CMA rides. That's either the 4 corners, the 3 Flags Classic, 15 best roads, either the states or the 15 best roads of California, the parks, Cabot Trail, I believe it is, and there's a couple other ones. 21 missions. The 3 I did the 4 corners, the 3 Flags Classic, and the 21 missions in California.
Wow, man. As a matter of fact, shout out to K Solo, him and Logic. They had a show last night and they talked exactly about that. And man, it took forever just even to talk about planning it. How do you plan for stuff like that, for such long distance rides? And they're long distance rides in succession. You only get a certain amount of time to do these rides, and you're going all over America. And you're going to particular places and particular sites and natural wonders and all kind of cool stuff, man. So today we're going to just try to get into, like I said, we're going to free float this a little bit today, man, a little bit different because David is doing unique stuff, man. He's doing stuff on Harley Davidson that I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, I don't think Harley really thought we'd be riding motorcycles at this kind of level doing the things that we do. So let's take it. Okay, let's start from, say, if you don't mind, and we'll just free float this, David. Let's say, okay, we're getting ready to roll into quote unquote. Some people are gonna say, especially my northern folks, they might say, we're probably about another month or 2 out from when normally motorcycle riders are shutting down. They're doing maintenance. They're getting things together. They're dealing with the holidays to get ready to get out the gate next year. Say if I was planning, take me through a walk. How does David plan for, say, next year, 2025? How do you plan start to get ready for your long distance rides?
Well, I'll tell you how I did this year. This year I looked at it, because I was at the 3 Flags Classic last year, and I was looking, because last year we started from Mexico and went up to Canada. This year they actually went from Canada to Mexico, and I looked at where the places were at, and I was like, wait a minute, I could do the 4 corners and the 3 Flags. And then some guy named Reeve said, well, if you're going to do 2 rides, you might as well do 3. I'm like, okay, what's the 3rd ride? And I looked to see what a simple, well, not really simple, but what a 3rd ride would be, and I decided on missions. So what I did, I looked at the dates of the 3 Flags Classic, which is usually right around the same time every year. It's Labor Day weekend. And I planned accordingly. So with me, I always plan ahead for everything. So back in January of 24, which is this year, I started planning. I registered for all the rides. I looked at, when I was going to go, and I said, okay, it's going to be somewhere, late part of August, because I want to make sure I'm there in time for the 3 Flags. So with me, I figured out how many days it was going to take me to do it. I actually booked the hotels then also, because I'm not up to Solo's version of camping out yet. I'm trying to get there.
Man, nobody trying to do all that mess.
I'm going to try to do a couple camp outs, but I wasn't there. So what I did, I booked my hotels, and I looked at how many IBA rides. I do IBA rides also. And I said, well, I have the four corners, so I have to go from Key West to Maine. Well, IBA also has a 95 end to end. So I said, might as well do that when I'm doing it. Now, some people think I'm crazy that I do that because I said I want a 95 gold, which is basically 95 from Miami to Houghton, Maine in less than 30 hours. So needless to say, I didn't even sleep that night. So I didn't have to plan a hotel for that night. But basically, I just, planned everything I wanted to do, got hotels together. I kind of mapped it all out and saw what cities were how far apart and everything. So I basically ended up getting 5 IBA rides in there. So I got the 95 end to end. I got a ride from, Calgary to Hot Springs, where we started the Three Flags Classic. I also got a ride from Grand Rapids, Minnesota to Calgary, which was another 1,000 miles. I did 1,000 miles from, Phoenix to San Antonio, and then San Antonio to Jacksonville. So see, I had all that planned out. Not to mention when I did the I-10 and then at the end of that route, I stayed in San Antonio for one day with my mother. Can't pass by my mother.
Yeah, man, you can't, man, unless you want to fight. Hey, but what I'm gathering is that for you is, I'm putting in the Marine Corps, we call it reverse planning.
Okay, right.
Basically, it's just working your way back. And I noticed you said you figure out the rides I'm going to make. Okay, say for instance, you say I want to make 6 rides, and then you start saying, okay, I'm gonna book hotels. Now I'm gonna start looking at the dates of the rides. Do you try to plan? Well, it sounds like you kind of do. You try to plan multiple rides within a small window of each other, so you can kind of hit a lot of different things at one time. Did I understand that correctly, or?
Basically, like I said, I knew I had to be, in Harris Hot Springs. There was a date I had to be there for the Three Flags to start. So I started my rides before that, and the only thing that also kind of made me kind of like not really rush through this, but kind of get through it and only do the 21 missions instead of another ride is I had a vacation planned right after the Three Flags Classic. So I had
was that Hawaii? Wasn't that Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Shout out. Man, y'all were getting on my nerves. Look at all those beautiful pictures and stuff. I was hating. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that's on with us this morning, man. My man Nasty. Appreciate you, sir. Nasty, I don't know are you going to be in, I think, I'm sure Nasty is coming to Ride to Eat. If so, man, reach out to me because I know we have a cert for you. So we're just kind of figuring out whether or not we're going to be bringing it over to you at Ride to Eat, or do you want us to put it in the mail? Shout out to Kim Henry. Oh, by the way, Hoka Hay Challenge finisher, man, did her thing. It was an awesome interview. If you guys hadn't had a chance to check that out, please go to Sarge Life and Motorcycling YouTube channel and check out that interview, man. That was a pleasure interviewing her and talking about her epic ride. Shout out to DJ D Reddy, man. I appreciate her for being on with me this morning and helping me to prepare all this crazy stuff. Hey, for everybody who just came in, if you guys would be so kind, reach up and hit the like button so we can get the algorithms flowing and get things moving this morning. For those that don't know, we're on with D Bell, man. We're talking coast to coast riding. My man is an I-10 to the end Gold Star 3rd ride finisher. Not only that, he's accomplished the Triple Crown with the SCMA. He's done the Three Flags Classic, and God knows how many IBAs, saddle sores, and button burners, and all kind of cool stuff that this guy's accomplished. So if you want to learn something about long-distance motorcycle riding, man, this is the interview you need to be listening to. You need to be listening to my man, D Bell. He's going to put you on game and show you how to do this thing successfully. So, D Bell, okay, so we breaking it down. So we book our hotels in advance. I know you probably booking, about 20 hotels, 20, 30 hotels a year?
Well, at least, yeah. I got a few points. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to get to next. So for something like this, unless you K solo, you're going to sleep on the ground like Daniel Boone. Most of us not. I heard him and Reef say last night. Reef says he does it he has bonus points and that stuff.
Right.
Do you use that on a certain credit card that gives you that type of
bonus
points?
Most hotels chains, they have a credit card you can use. Like I have Marriott Bonvoy. I have the IHG, and I also have Comfort, and also I don't use Hilton as much for some reason, even though we're going to use that for the Ride to Eat. But with Marriott, I'm Titanium, and with IHG, which is Holiday Inn. I'm platinum right now, which pretty good. But what I do, I like I said, I book in advance because usually you can get a better price. The further you book out, further out you book, you can get a better price. And the thing is, if you decide you're not going to go on a trip or something, you just call them and cancel. And usually they give you a 24-hour window to cancel. And if you have, a pretty good point system with hotel, whatever, you can actually call them on the same day. Say if you have a mechanical problem or something, you call them and say, hey, look, I'm not going to be able to make it. And more than likely, they won't charge you. I've never had a problem with them charging me. They usually just go ahead and cancel out. So, and another point on that also is, even though you book in advance, you usually get a better rate. Always check before you go to see if the rate might be a little bit better, because maybe they haven't had much business or something, or they have a sale or something, they drop the rate, and so you cancel your first reservation and book another one. I know
what somebody's already thinking, but what if you figure out you want to ride farther, or what if you get tired before you get to your destination? Man, just cancel the room.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen yet though.
Yeah. I know you do it a lot. I don't. I typically ride till I get tired. But when you're doing what you're doing and you're doing certain particular rides, I don't see anything wrong with booking hotels in advance.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had anything happen, I've had it before where like I was coming across 70 one time and they had a mudslide, and I called ahead and I said, look, I'm just not going to make it. I mean, I can't ride through the mud and everything, which they understood. They canceled me right away. In fact, another time when my wife and I were together, we went to one hotel because the weather was really bad and everything. It was another chain of another Marriott hotel, and they were actually willing to cancel our reservation at one hotel and book us there. But we said, no, we have to make it a certain place that night, which was miserable, but we made it. But generally, like I said, if you have, I stick with certain hotels, if you stick with them, they generally treat you right. I admit I'm a little bit bougie. I don't go for the drop in or just, whatever. I'm Holiday Inn, Hilton,
nobody. Hey, I heard K Solo say, man, he'll what's the one that keep the light on for? Man, I ain't.
Oh yeah, Motel 6. Hey,
man, I ain't doing
that. If I have to, I will.
If I got to, if you give me an option between that and the ground, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. But,
right.
Yeah,
but I've worked hard, and like I said, I used to, that camp out stuff was for the military. I was in the military, and I had to do it for a while because I was a mobile unit. But
you should have bum life when you need it.
I worked hard, so I figured, let me enjoy a little bit of this life,
And what I'm gathering, and we'll say this and we'll move on. What I'm gathering, especially for guys like you and Reef and Solo and say Monica, some of the ones who are really out there getting it in, I'm seeing that, maybe certain credit cards and certain hotels to get reward points, because it gets really, really, really expensive. And I know that's what a lot of us think, man, God, the hotels knock you across the head. But if you don't have a strategy or plan, it's going to be really, really tough.
Plus, like even with Marriott, I usually pick the Fairfield over the Courtyard because Fairfield has free breakfast. Plus, they give you double points when you stay. That's far, compared to the other like Courtyard or the hometown suites or whatever. So generally, I'll pick a Fairfield or a Spring Hill suites because they give you more points.
So you just go online and you join their club or whatever their rewards program.
Yeah, you can join their club, and generally, if you go ahead and get their credit card, I think their credit card is like $89 a year, but it's $89 a year, but you get one free night with that automatically. So
you're gonna knock that off in one room anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so obviously I'm assuming too we got one big calendar. We probably in the Bells mansion. We probably got this huge this 12-month calendar that you and the wife go check and say, okay, I'm gonna be going during this time. Do you do that? Do you do a calendar?
Well,
big calendar?
Yeah, I have to do a calendar because otherwise I don't know where the heck. In fact, my wife gets on my case about it sometimes because she's like, she makes me go ahead and put what that event is, because I'll have the hotel booked out there. Like, okay, you got a hotel in the city. Where are we going? Because now, see, if my wife travels with me, I travel slightly different because she works still. So what we'll do when she travels with me, since she works remote, we'll ride hard on Saturday and Sunday. But if we're going somewhere really far, then through the week, we kind of either travel just a few miles, like maybe 100, 150 miles, so she can still work. Or either like this time, what we did coming here, Saturday and Sunday, we rode and we got say within 60 miles. Reason why we could have went all the way to Baton Rouge, but we decided to come here close to New Orleans because she has some people she wants to see also. Got some family there. So, now Thursday morning when we get up, we just ride
Or
60
skipping
to work.
out.
So yeah,
And man,
it's an hour drive.
and let's say this, man. Shout out to Sonny, man. I mean, this couple, they ride together, man. Now I do make the joke affectionately. I say a couple who ride together stay together. For y'all too, I believe that. I really do, man. They are the greatest couple in the world. These guys go miles on miles on miles together as a couple, man, doing their thing. Very successful at it. But let's say this, man. Bolo, glad to have you on with us this morning. I appreciate everybody being on. Hey, what I'm going to be doing probably in about 5 minutes, we're going to come off the Facebook feed and go over to YouTube. So if you guys would be so kind to do so, open up a second tab, YouTube, Sarge Life and Motorcycling, the YouTube channel. We'll be moving over there here soon. And when you come on to the channel, can you please go ahead and hit the like button so we can get everything moving and algorithms going. So, okay, so David, now we got our big old master calendar. We got our hotel situation away. Okay, the bike, the bike is a big deal. Do you do prepaid maintenance, or do you put away a war chest for maintenance?
No, well, I do 90% of the maintenance myself. I mean, the only thing I have Harley do is stuff basically that I can't do or I don't really want to do. And that's like one thing I have them do is, every 2 years I have the brakes flushed because they have the Tech 2 that, does your ABS. Actually, I have one for my older bike, but I just would rather have them do that. But as far as the tires and the brakes and oil changes, I do all that myself.
You change your own tires?
Well, I have what is called Robiconda, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That Robiconda is not as simple as it looks when they show the ads. So I take my tire off. I take it. There's a shop I take it to for $20. They take one tire off, put the other tire on. $20. I have no problem.
Wow. If y'all don't know, man, David can do anything on a motorcycle. He can do it. Hey, for some of us who ain't got skills like that, man. So yeah, because you got all kind of stuff in your garage. I've seen it on pictures and stuff. You probably got every tool known to man in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you got man, you got a cheat code, man. You doing all this work on your bike. So on the road, are you still doing maintenance on your bike, or you taking it in to get?
Well, no. It depends on what, like I say, if I have a major problem, of course I'm gonna have to take it to the shop. Like I have, blown an engine on the road before and, dropped the valve. So same thing, blown the engine, nothing I can do about that. But if it's something that I can fix, yeah, I'll do it. In fact, like I tell people, I mean, technically, sometimes even say a voltage regulator or even a stator, you can actually do that on the road. It's cheaper to go buy the two and do it if you have to than it is to take it to the dealer.
I think I saw Highway Dre do that here in Florida. He did. I can't remember if it was a starter or. I saw
starter is easy. I said the stator. Yeah. Starter is extremely easy.
I think I can't remember if it was a starter or the stator that he did.
Okay, man, the stator's a little bit hard, but the starter, that's a 15-20 minute job. It's not really that hard at all. In fact, I had a starter go out in Utah this year, and the only reason why I didn't change it is because my bike was under warranty. But they almost, that's another story in itself. They almost had me changing it though because the way they were acting. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not going to wait a few days. I got to get on the road with this.
Yeah.
And they finally
are you self-taught, or did you go to school for any of this motorcycle maintenance that you learned?
Basically self-taught. I tell you what, like I said, I've been doing this for about 50 years. And when I started out on dirt bikes, I mean, nobody had no money to take no bike to the shop if you didn't have to.
Back then, I can understand it. And even if you did, you didn't have the money like that. Most of us was, as my man Detroit Randy said, most of us was scooter bumming back then.
Yeah,
we didn't have that kind of cash. Wow. So and I just want the folks to understand, when I say he do everything on his bike, he does everything on his bike. You do everything from electrical work on your bike, lights, alarm systems, you name it, you're doing it. Am I correct?
Yes. I can't think of the last time I've had my bike in the shop for something that I would call simple. I mean, like even the stereo and everything I had, I bought it from someplace.
That stuff yourself, right? Yeah. So okay, so maybe your maintenance war chest is not going to have to be as big as the average guy. So okay, so again, hey man, when you got skills, you gotta use them. So David does most of the maintenance on his bike.
Well,
on.
generally, if you sorry, I said if you do
No, go ahead.
preventative maintenance, usually you don't have to have so much maintenance. I mean, everything can break. That's true,
Yeah.
but generally, if you do preventative maintenance, you don't have to maintenance. But I tell you what, I did have to do a couple of years ago on my wife's bike. She had an exhaust brake, and it killed me that I had to buy a stock exhaust. I mean that's you know.
A
I can
cheap
tell
piece
you
of
what that
junk.
did to me.
An expensive cheap piece of junk. Is that?
Yeah, especially knowing I had one at home.
Yeah.
But we were in I think we were in Amarillo, Texas. I think that's where we were at. And I said, you know what? Got to do what you got to do. I had got strapped together. I'd have rode it like it was, but this is my wife's bike, so
Hey, somebody said you all need Kobe tattoos. I don't get that one.
Me either.
You know what Kobe tattoos are? I don't know what the heck that is, but thank you anyway. Question for David: what tools do you carry when you're on the road?
Okay, I have a wind zone kit that I got that usually comes in pretty handy because Harley stopped giving toolkits and bikes. I also carry I carry a big piece of vice grip. I carry a 36 millimeter socket with a little thing because 36 millimeters for your retire. Believe it or not, I also carry I have the plastic tool that you take your fuel filter out with. I actually carry one of those with me. I have my patch kit with an air pump. I carry tie wraps. I have both plastic and metal tie wraps. The metal tie wraps I learned from my wife's exhaust. And that's basically it. Basically, basic tools to go your bike. And I got
I'm sure you have a jump box as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, you know what? One time we're gonna have to do this, Dave. We're gonna have to, when you're home in your garage, we're gonna have to go to the Davis garage, man. You're gonna show everybody, if you don't mind, your tool setup. What you have for your tools and your tool setup. I think we'll learn a lot. I think you did that for me one time. Yeah, Sonny says, is that Sonny saying a spare shifter?
Yeah, I carry a spare shifter rod.
Yeah. You will learn today, man. You will learn off that shifter linkages and those type of things. I would suggest if you're going to be doing a lot of long distance riding out there, matter of fact, not only that, take the stock one off.
Yeah.
And put an aftermarket one.
On my 07, when I had 07 Harley, that's the only Harley I ever had a problem with the stock shifter on. But I've learned from then, basically, if you shift softly, I haven't had a problem.
Oh, so you're saying if you're not stumping it?
Exactly.
Hey, shout out to Memphis, and if you're not riding through Memphis, you might make it. Them old regular behind roads.
Wait, Memphis, there's no cure for that. Shocks don't.
No.
Memphis,
Memphis, you better be carrying spare wheel bearings, forks,
might want
all
to
kind of stuff.
Bike.
Yeah. Hey. So I'm assuming she throwing a shot at you. You need to clean your garage.
Yeah. Hey, she says she has to do circular lay to get to the garage.
Yeah.
There's 4 bikes in the garage. 3 are mine, 1 is hers. So, it's kind of crowded in there. And I got the trailer in there, and I got all kinds of tools. I couldn't describe everything in my garage. I wouldn't even try to.
Well, Bolo said the metal tire wraps. I never thought of it either.
They're a lot stronger, and like you say, if you have to tie something together that's got heat.
And it makes sense because you say you were doing some work. You said something happened with Sonny's exhaust.
Exactly.
Obviously, you don't want to have nothing plastic on there. It's not going to last.
Yeah, it lasts
right off there. Yeah,
lasts about a mile. I can tell you from experience, it lasts about a mile.
Yeah. That's why we got David on this morning, folks, because he's going to be putting us on game, man, because some of us be carrying stuff on our motorcycle we don't know how to use anyway. So hopefully after the end of this podcast, we'll be a little bit smart about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, okay, so we got our tool kit. We got a
now I also carry a couple other things I'll tell you about. I also carry spare fuses. Always carry spare fuses, some electrical tape. And I also carry tap, the little tap cons for wires and stuff. You never know. I mean, I tell you what, when we come to ride and we eat, I'll show you my tour pack. Why people pack clothes in their tour pack? I don't have no room in my tour pack to pack clothes. Or in myself.
Matter of fact, I think I am. Not only I'm gonna come and look at your setup at Ride to Eat, I'm gonna film your setup at Ride to Eat. What you think? Because I'm sure you got some jewels in there that we don't even think about. And you're right. You know what? And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not ashamed to say this. As a matter of fact, if everybody, you can do this for me real quick. Everybody that's out there with us, let's go ahead and move over to YouTube. Open up the tab, YouTube, Sarge Life and Motorcycle YouTube channel. If you can't remember, it's on the ticker here at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and kill the Facebook feed. So we're coming off Facebook here. 3, 2, 1. Zero. Sorry about that. But being in the club, we when we traveling and we're doing our thing, the biggest thing we do, we're packing gear. We packing jeans. We packing an extra club shirt. We just pack the stuff so when we get there we can swag out. But now, as I've evolved in this riding thing, less clothes is best clothes.
Yeah.
If it ain't about a riding suit, it might be, one pair of jeans and, a few pair of underwear, maybe a couple different shirts. But it's really more important to have on that bike the things that you can survive with and the things that are going to help you keep that machine running. Is that a fair assessment on this thing?
That's what I do. Like I say, I'm more a function than everything else. Like I say, I pack all my clothes in the bag. In fact, the only time I'll have any kind of clothing in my saddlebags is like usually, I have my riding suit, but like now this week I have a spare jacket in one of my saddlebags because, when we get there, I'll probably ride around. I don't want to necessarily wear my riding suit jacket. So I do have a mesh jacket that I have with me. But other than that, everything else I pack in my bag that I put on the top of my tour pack.
So you just keep a big suitcase bag and you put it on the back of the bike and that's all you have. Everything else is tools and equipment for the bike in the saddlebags and the tour pack, right?
Basically, and I try to keep a little bit of spare space in case I pick up something or do something. But that's basically it. And the bag I have for the back, I got one that's extremely water resistant. It's not waterproof, but it's water resistant. But it has a cover that goes over it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's just downright downpour, everything stays dry. Plus, I spray it with Scotch Guard about once a year to keep it that way.
Yeah. Okay. So toolkit, spare parts, fuses, metal wraps, plastic zip ties. Did I miss anything?
Electrical tape. I have.
Electrical tape. I know your bike has got more lights on it than a space shuttle, but do you? hey, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there and talk about that. Say, do you keep like spare flashlights, roadside flares, any type of?
Yes, I have a light. I'm trying to think the name of that light I have, but I have a light that's extremely bright. You can use it to work with, or if something happened, you could actually put it out on the road. And if somebody says they didn't see that, I mean, you're
gonna light it up.
And it also will charge your phone and everything if you need to also. So.
Okay, cool. Very cool. So let's go into riding. Okay. Now there's the rest of normal human being rider gear because we got a budget. We got to check it in the savings. David ain't got no checking in savings when it comes to riding equipment. So I'm gonna say this. Because you do a all-in-one. You don't have a rain suit and then a riding suit. You use a all-in-one suit. Am I correct?
Well, I do have a rain suit, but I basically use that for let's say if I'm going within 100 miles or so of the house. If I'm going out on the road like right now, I got my riding suit. In fact, I have 3 riding suits.
You take 2 riding suits on the road?
No, I only take 1. I have 3. Oh. I have an old FXRG riding suit, which I just can't part with. It's really, really nice, but it's not the same as the 2 I have that I use now. It's just not the same.
Brother, okay, now you got a Clem.
Yes.
Clem is one, and the other one is the Harley suit. Am I correct?
I have a Revit. It's the Harley Revit. It's similar to one, Snacks has. She has the black one, but they had one that was a little bit different than that. Yeah. The other Revit suit I have from Harley, it has a rain liner and also has a warm liner, but the thing is, what made me get the climb, I was riding with Reef. As a matter of fact, this summer we were going down to the Keys, and I looked at his suit and I asked him about it. And he told me, and we were talking about it. And I said, "Well, how heavy is it?" He said, "It's heavy." I'm like, "Well, let me feel it." I picked it up, like, wait a minute, this suit is lighter than mine. So.
The Harley suit was, or
no, his climb was lighter than my Harley.
The climb,
suit.
okay.
Yes,
okay.
And I said, I liked it, and the fact that you didn't have to have a liner inside of it for the rain. You just, basically the suit itself is water.
Yeah, the suit is.
Yeah.
Man, man, that's a good looking suit. I like it. It just looks quality.
Oh, it's quality. Plus,
Yeah.
the thing is, I do the same thing. Reef, I have to give him credit again. He did this to me. Reef is going to break me. He's going to be the one make me spend money.
Reef always got these quick ideas on how to spend a lot of money, don't he?
But the long distance comfort, look into it. It's not cheap. I'm not going to say it's cheap in any way, but it works. It works very well. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It works extremely well. In fact, I wore it coming up here, and because the thing is, it's a base layer that will keep you warm.
Right.
But if you get hot and you start sweating, if you get really hot, it keeps the water. It keeps the water in there. And if you open,
it's like a cool max, right?
Yeah, it works. And that with my Harley hydration vest. Oh man, like I said, I came across Arizona. It was 109 degrees. It was hot. My face was hot, but my body was pretty good.
Nice. So for a climb, we were talking about 1,500.
Probably about 1,500, but you can get them on sale a lot of times. If you just keep looking, Revzilla has them on sale a lot of times, and then Climb itself puts them on sale. They had a sale last week where they were selling the one of the jackets for like $200, and I was like, darn,
really?
Another one?
Yeah.
Almost, but by the time I thought about it, I waited too late and they were out. But Climb, a lot of times when they're going to come out with another another year, they go on sale. So it might be last year's stuff, but it's still good.
And you say now the Harley suit. What's the name of the Harley suit? What is it?
Revit. It's Revit. I forgot
so,
what they call it. It's made by Revit, but I'm trying to think of the name. I can't even think of the name of what they call it.
So what's your opinion on that suit? You like it?
I like it. In fact, to be honest with you, if I were going to ride like in November, if I were making this ride, I'd take the Harley suit because it is heavier and it is actually warmer. Mm-hmm. If I don't, but see, now that's another thing. I have my Gerben gear, so if I put the Gerben gear on, of course, I'm pretty much stay warm anyway. But the Harley suit is a little bit heavier. So if I were going to ride, let's say November, from November to about probably March or so, I'll probably ride with that suit.
Yeah. I use the California heated suit, but I use it as I just take all the inserts and all the liners out during the summertime, and I just wear it year round as a riding suit because it is also it's a all-in-one rain suit as well.
Right.
And it does me justice. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the lightest thing in the world. It's kind of heavy, kind of bulky, but it's got reinforced knees and reinforced elbows. Right. It just makes me feel comfortable on the road, from debris and all the other stuff that are being kicked up from disrespectful trucks.
Yeah,
while you're flying out there on the road. But you just reminded me, I'm also probably in a few months here as we start getting into the colder season, I'm probably going to bring you back on and maybe Reef on, and we reach out to Ken Phoenix and start talking about heated gear, heated gloves, those type of things.
I just reached out to him yesterday. I just reached out to Ken because I reached out to him before about some gloves, and I guess we kind of lost track. And so I just reached out to him again the other day, like, hey, I want to get these before, it starts getting cold and before everybody else starts ordering them. Yeah. Even, like I said, I probably won't use them as much as everybody else, but I want to have them.
Man, Ken's the man, ain't he?
Yeah, I saw Loki.
Ken's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we covered clothes that we don't need, equipment that we do need. Okay, so let's talk about maybe electronic equipment. Do we need any particular tracking devices? Anything you suggest for long distance riders to have on the bike?
I always like having. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't like Harley GPS. I'm gonna be honest about it. I just don't like.
No, they're just to find gas stations. That's it.
Well, not even for that. Sometime, to be honest with you, I just haven't had good luck with Harley GPS. I have Sumo, the Garmin Sumo. In fact, I got the 2 because I had the regular XT, but it met with an unfortunate accident earlier this summer. So that was that. But the XT2, I love it, absolutely love it. But the thing about the Garmin is, like I say, it's satellite. So you don't have to have a cell signal at all. Even though I use my iPhone, I use the CarPlay on it. So I actually, when you look at me, you'll see me like, why has he got all that GPS on there? Because you know, I like to make sure I have signal. And the thing about the Garmin is it just doesn't lose signal. Plus, if you want to do adventure riding, you put in the Garmin, you want to take the adventurous route, and it'll take you on an adventure.
I think that's what Snacks uses.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, I think that's what she has. I mean, she turned me on to this girl called Itchy Boots. Shout out to her. She's got a YouTube channel, and she does a whole lot of, you know, off. Let me put it this way: she do back roads for real, back roads riding. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
through Kenya, Africa, and South America, and I think that's what she uses on her bike as well. So you would suggest a good Garmin along with your phone. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah. Hell,
Yeah.
I also have an InReach just like Cynthia, but I have the smaller, I have the mini InReach, and that's just like I said, if something were to happen, and I have no signal or nothing, I
That
can
satellite.
push the button on that, and it'll tell exactly
Yeah.
where I'm at. In fact, I can text from my phone to that if I have to. I can text a message from that to my phone. From my phone to that, and tell if I'm in good enough shape to do that. But otherwise, just push that SOS button, and it gives the exact coordinates to exactly where you're at.
And I think we really do we underestimate that because some of us get spoiled with riding on some of the major interstates. We sometimes we ride in motorcycles, but we still have the car mindset that if we break down, you're not going to really be in the middle of nowhere. There's always going to be a gas station down the road, but that ain't true at all. As we're riding across the country, there's a lot of spots that's very rural, that are very desolate. There's places in America where there is no civilization.
Oh, plenty of places. Plenty of places.
And we count on cell phones as if they're one. No, man, there's plenty of places you can go where you don't have no cell phone coverage, but having a Garmin or or some type of GPS equipment like that's satellite driven is a very smart piece of equipment to have, and also it can save your life.
Yes.
You come off the road in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, man, that thing could really save your life. Okay. So, all right. So suggested some type of Garmin equipment with the phone. Anything else as far as equipment?
Well, like I said, sorry, I have lights.
Oh yeah, we getting there.
Okay, we getting there. Okay,
Yeah.
equipment. Not necessarily that I can think of. Not really.
Okay. Well, let's spit it in the lighting then, because and when I get this checking and savings together, I'm gonna hook up with you, get you to put them lights on now. For you don't use the stock headlight. Am I correct?
I have the stock headlight on this.
Okay,
light.
you got you got a stock headlight.
Yeah, I do have the stock headlight, but I have the Nolly riding lights. Driving.
And those things are bright.
Yes,
they're bright. Did you have two set of fog lights on the bike, or you just got one set?
I actually have 3 sets of driving lights because I have the one set that I keep on all the time that are by my front fender. Those are basically they do help you see, but those are mainly to be seen. I want to be noticed. And a lot of people, when I've ridden behind them, they'll say, "Yeah, I know you're back there because I see them 2 yellow lights."
Yeah.
In fact, I ride with the local hall chapter a lot of times, and they kind of like me to be back there because they say that way they know where the pack is.
Yeah.
My lights.
Yeah.
So I ride with those all the time just to be seen. Then I have a set of Denali D3s, which I use as fog lights, and they brighten the road up. But the D7s, those things, man, they make night day. That's all I can say.
I'm telling you, man. If anybody have seen D-Bell set up, or maybe perhaps rode with him, or seen you ride up, we gonna see you. We gonna see you. You panhandle tested. I tell everybody, hey man, that panhandle dark as heck. Not for you, it ain't. Hey man, so wow. I forgot what those Denali's hitting for. What we looking for?
The Denali's. Well, now see, if I got the Can Smart unit that goes with it also, and all 3 sets and the Can Smart, I'd say it's probably. I want to say about $1,500.
Hey, but there's no price for seeing, man. You gotta see. You gotta see.
No, I have to see, and I like said, I like my lights in the back also, but of course, they're just regular. I use Custom Dynamics Pro beams and everything, even on my blinkers and stuff. I like to be seen, because like I said, if somebody says I blinded them, okay, they hit me, I blind them. But they say they didn't see me. I'm gonna say they don't need to be on the
Yeah,
road.
I know that's. Do you do a lot of night pounding? Is that your thing or?
Not a whole lot, but when I do the night pounding, I want to be able to see and see because my night vision isn't what it used to be.
No, no, we ain't young whippersnappers no more. So,
No.
yeah,
And like I
yeah,
say, anytime if I'm going to do anytime you do if I'm going to do a bun burner, obviously I'm going to be out there. Even at a saddle store, you're going to be out there at night sometime. That's all
hmm
to it. I mean, I'm kind of evolving to mostly day riding. So like I told my wife, I'm going to start doing a lot of back roads and scenic sites. But I still got a couple more IBA rides I want to do also. So,
hmm
and then sometimes you're just going to get caught at night, and plus the lights. Even when it's raining outside, it doesn't hurt to have lights. So,
Yeah, you just
sometimes
have to
you're
do what you
going to
got to
be out
do.
there. You just don't know when. I'd rather, like I say, if I only use them twice a year, I'd rather
Yeah,
have them than not have them.
you don't do very much custom work to your bike, right? You just pretty.
Not
No,
anymore.
you.
I got a bike I could show you. I got one bike in my
Yeah,
garage. It's pretty much that was my
yeah.
custom bike.
You got motor work done on it. Yeah.
Well, two of the bikes in my garage have motor work. This is the only bike I haven't done any motor work to. I
Is
I
that the
tell you what,
blue? The blue one. The blue
the
one
blue one has
is
no
that a
motor.
20,
That's a 22.
22 road
Yeah,
lap?
but I have a
Okay.
17 and a 10 that have motor work. The
Oh,
17, uh, that one cost me. I'll tell you
yeah.
that story later, but trust me,
Hey,
that one has a whole new motor.
that's your showing off around Southern Florida bike.
No, actually, that's my 10. My
Oh,
10,
really?
yeah.
Okay. 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 Awesome. So, I think exhaust work. You normally have slip-ons on all your bikes. Am I correct?
Well, the 17 and the 10 both have a header on them and everything. So,
Okay.
they have built engines and everything. So they
Yeah.
both, a little bit more work. But the exhaust, yeah, but
Okay.
I always say at least going to get slip-ons because I want to be heard. Because, that
Facts.
Harley
I
exhaust,
would never have a stock.
I mean, it sounds okay in the showroom, but once you go outside, you're
Yeah.
like, what happened?
Yeah. You man, please. Hey, just in a gas station parking lot, man, you can get
Yeah.
popped because
If I ever
nobody
get a
hear you.
gold wing, maybe I'll think about a stock exhaust. Nothing to the gold.
Yeah.
I love gold wings. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody take offense to it. But, a Harley and a stock exhaust to me just don't
I
go
can't do
together.
it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. Okay, so what about comfortability? Do you do anything additional for your bike as
Yes.
far as comfortability?
My wife and I both we have the Russell Daylong seats, which are what they do. Uh, you take a seat, you could do your stock seat, or you have whatever seat you had. Hers is a Mustang. Mine is my stock seat right now. And my other bike is a Mustang. But you sit on the bike, you take a picture of yourself on the bike with a different color pants than the seat, so they can see, your contrast. You send in to them your weight and everything, and they actually have a picture of you sitting on the bike, and they basically custom make that seat to fit you, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. I mean, I can sit in that
Is
seat all
that
day long.
is that company located in
They're in California,
okay, I thought they were
so
in
you actually
Florida.
have to. You can. I mean, if you know you're going to be out that way, you can go ahead and set up an appointment, and go out there. But they, like I said, we sent the seat and they send it back to you. I'm trying to think. I think I paid. I don't remember what I paid for that, but whatever it
You
is.
paid a
Well,
lot. David,
yeah,
you
I know
paid
there's a
you
few
paid a
people
lot.
also who do custom seats, but if you ever go on their website and look at machinery and everything they have, I was impressed. And a lot of the people, in fact, I got that off of IBA site. A lot of people that do a lot of long distance riding have them. I mean, they're just they're very comfortable.
Hey, I've got we hear all the different seats. We hear what's the one that everybody loves out in California. I just think the seat look good. I don't think it's all that comfortable.
But you
What is
got
that thing called? What is that?
you
What
got
is that?
Danny Day, Corbin,
Corbin. Yeah, the Corbin and you got all the different brands. I don't want to name a bunch of people's brand name
right.
seats, but I use a simple hammock seat.
Okay.
And I get that bad boy repacked, redone every couple years. And that seat has been with me for 4 bikes.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't
That's
the,
one thing. You keep the seat. You don't get rid
yeah,
of the
you
seat.
keep the seat. Matter of fact, at the dealership, if I sell or trade a bike in, I say, give me my old seat back. You take the new stock seat, and you can take
Exactly. That's
because because seats, getting the right seat for you is so hard to come by. And once you get the right one, you ain't coming off it. Because
Well,
and I'm sure David can attest to this too. When you're riding long distance rides,
yeah.
okay, seat lives matter. Seats matter.
Exactly.
You know, seats
Very
ain't
much
gonna get
so.
you out of everything, but I'm gonna tell you, having the wrong seat is gonna break you. Is that fair?
That's definitely fair. In fact,
You,
my wife will tell you, I can tell you, I got about 4 or 5 seats in my garage right now that I don't use anymore. I had more. I got rid of some of them, thank goodness. I'll probably get rid of a couple more. There's only one seat that I will not get rid of because the guy did it for me and it has a real python skin in it. And it's, it's just a really pretty
wow.
seat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Good
I
man.
won't use it on the road. I mean, not for more than 100 miles.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever rode on a stock seat more than just bringing the bike home from the dealership.
Yeah.
Ever. I just ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. For those who can ride across country on a stock seat, God bless you. You're probably
Yeah.
23 years old.
Right.
But
And
keep riding long enough, you're going to get rid of it.
yeah, I even had tried the like the Air Hawk and a couple other things for a while, and they just it's just not the same as having the custom seat. I mean, they work. They work. It's
Mhm.
better than the stock seat, but
Mhm.
still, and plus, the hassle of taking that seat on, taking it off, or everything. I like the custom seat.
Do you use any particular handlebar or highway pegs? Do you use anything additional on that
Well,
end?
now, on my other 2 bikes, I do have custom bars. This bike, I probably end up changing the bars after a while, but really the stock bars in this bike don't really bother me too much because, believe it or not, and I didn't realize it at first, but the Limited has different bars than the Special. They're just a little bit higher, and
Mm-hmm.
so I can deal with more. I just haven't, I've done so much other stuff on this bike. I haven't gotten around to the bars yet, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But
Yeah.
but the hand grips, I don't like stock grips. I changed that out right
You
away.
do you have heated grips on yours or you
Yes,
just have
well,
regular?
it came
Okay.
with heated grips, but I changed to the Kahuna grips
Yeah.
from the regular stock grips. I changed that. I don't think I had the bike over a month before I changed that out. And then I
Yeah.
did change my floorboards because since I got the Kahuna grips, I got the Kahuna boards. And actually, what made me get the Kahuna boards was I was sitting on somebody else's bike with them, and I noticed they had more padding on them, and they were actually more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I went with the whole Harley collection on that.
I'm really honing in on this today because I'm telling you, again, as you're doing long distance riding, man, comfort and
Means
reliable equipment
everything.
is so important. It's
Yes.
everything, man. Without it, it can really make a trip a struggle. Without it, and as David's talking about lights, and we're talking about seats. We're talking about GPS equipment. We're talking about equipment. I mean, as far as clothing equipment, all those things are so important, man, to making a ride a successful. And not only that, it just mitigates
Yes.
risk. It just mitigates things from happening, man. So okay. So anything else on that part of the bike? Do you have
Uh,
a?
the only other thing I think I've done, I changed the windshield out because I like the windshield that I have better than the Harley windshield.
Oh,
It has
that's
more of
right.
a curve to it, so it kind
Yeah,
of really flicks the air up over you. And also on
yeah,
the side, the little not vents, but what do you call them? Like the air deflectors on the side. I changed
yeah,
those
yeah. The
out.
little. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Um, right there in the upper fairing, and I think they also
Yeah.
have them on the lower fairing, the little vents that you open up for
Right.
the wind.
Right.
Is that what you're talking about?
Right. But the ones on the outside, not because the newer bikes, like my 17 still has, but the newer bikes, they don't have the vents on the inside no more. But I really, you know,
And
I
they
like
got
the
them. They still got them on the lower. They got them on the
yeah, on the
lowers.
lowers, yeah, on the lowers, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
the
usually
lower
keep them
fairing.
open anyway because I keep that
Yeah,
air flowing unless it's really cold. But the ones that were interfering, I noticed that when you close those, the air you can definitely feel the difference in
the
the
difference
aerodynamics
between the
of your bike.
bikes. Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. It was something else I was thinking about on that side when we were talking about that. It must have just.
It'll come to you.
Okay, okay. So we were talking about the windscreen. You say you had a different aftermarket windscreen on it.
Yeah. Right now, I have a long ride shield on there because I like the way it shapes, and plus, like I said, it knocks it. It really has a good deflection of the air
I,
going up
I,
your head.
I was thinking that it'd take care of some of them bugs.
Nothing takes care of those bugs. Yeah, it keeps them off of you. That's about it. Now,
Yeah.
also on my handlebars, on where my grips are, I have the Memphis Shade, the things to protect your hand because, believe it or not, every now and then, something will hit your hand. And
Get
you
a
don't know
rock or
about.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and those things
yeah.
do protect you. And I got the clear ones this time, and I don't think they take away from the bike at all. And they
Yeah.
actually, before I got my heated gloves, they actually protect your hands a bit. So, you're not getting that wind right up against your hands as much, and they made a difference.
I've actually learned about that. I used to wear really, really soft gloves. I don't even bother no more. I buy gloves that are more reinforced, and I know they're kind of bulky and not as comfortable, but all it takes is a rock to hit you on a knuckle one good time, or even a
Right.
bug, man, and you like, man, screw this. Your whole hand is swollen. You learn, man. You really do learn your lesson on these things, man. All things that happens to you, and sometimes it can be so fluke. It could be a piece of scrap coming from a tractor trailer tire or something like that, man.
Right.
It can hurt at 80 miles an hour. It
Yeah.
really can.
Even with, like I said, lighter gloves, you even know 80 miles per hour, rain can hurt too.
Oh, facts. Oh, no doubt. I've been in some of those rainstorms, man. Okay, headgear
hmm
for a long distance rider. We ain't wearing no peanut shells. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I'm gonna go out of the line and say, you ain't rocking a built helmet. No offense to built, but you ain't gonna put that on for long distance.
my wife and I both, we have this thing about helmets having a snail rating, and actually she's gonna probably kill me because I'm actually gonna get a helmet pretty soon. I'm gonna go ahead and go and use a modular helmet sometimes, but I'm gonna make sure it's ECE 2206 though. I'm gonna make sure it has a high rating.
Does it have to be a Bell helmet?
Well, no, I have Shoei also. Bell has this name, something about does
Something about that name.
I probably have like 5 Bell helmets. I'm not going to tell no lie.
Yeah.
My wife has a few too, so she can't say nothing about that. But she has, most of hers has a pretty designs, and the last one I got her, I had it custom painted for it by this place over in I'm trying to think what country they're in. But anyway, if you look at it, it's pink and blue, and it actually has her name on it and everything. So they did it, but it's a Bell, the race star, so it's snail rate and DLT is not a cheap helmet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And neither. I'm gonna put it this way: you get what you pay for, man.
Yeah.
How much is your brain?
High-rated helmets. Yeah. How much your brain?
How much your brain worth?
Exactly. So I'm rocking a full face right now. In fact, the last few I've had have been full face. The last modular I had was when Shark first came out with theirs, but I got rid of that because that thing was so heavy. I know they've said they've improved now, but like I said, I had one of the first ones, and that thing was so heavy.
I had a Shark. As a matter of fact, my first Cali trip. I think my first Cali trip. You're talking about the Shark that has the module.
Right.
Yeah, I had that one.
The first ones that came out with, I don't know if you had that one, but that one was so heavy until
I had it.
300 miles.
But I didn't realize it was heavy until I bought a Shoei.
Yeah.
When I bought the Shoei, I realized, damn, that Shark.
Yeah, you can move your head now, and
but you and I'm gonna say this real quick, David, and we'll see if you agree. Long distance riding. Again, we're talking about long distance riding. A heavy helmet, man, starts to really weigh on your neck.
Yes,
it does. Your shoulders. I would suggest get a light, good quality helmet, man. That makes a world of difference because you're talking about being on that bike sometimes 16, 17, 18 hours. That's a lot. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely agree. In fact, a lot of times what I've gotten in the habit of doing now is sometimes even when I stop for gas, I go ahead and take the helmet off and just shake my head around some just to, get the relief. Because it used to be I just left the helmet on all the time and I didn't realize it until I think I would take my helmet off. I was like, wait a minute. When I got back on the bike with that helmet, I felt a little bit better now. So now I try to, unless I'm just really in a hurry, which isn't really too often or it's raining, I try to take my helmet off at a gas stop, at least for a few minutes, gas up and then put it back on again.
Because not only that, you're getting the wind resistance constantly on you.
Right.
And you got this heavy helmet on your head. That's a lot of strain. It's just not natural for your neck anyway. Your head is heavy enough for your neck, but it's just not natural. So I'm guilty of not taking the helmet off for a while because I get lazy. But if I'm not doing it every gas stop, I'm at least going to do it every other. Just to kind of shake it out and kind of massage and work your neck. So when you wake up the next morning for the second leg of your yonder trip, you're not hurting for certain. Okay. All right. So we're going to hit a couple more parts, David, and we're going to kill it because I think we've given people some real good gouge. Obviously, for those that are tuning in, we're talking with David Bell. We're talking coast to coast riding. My brother has done the I-10 to the end 3 times. He's a Gold Star recipient. He's done the 3 Flags Classic. He's done the Triple Crown with the SCMA, so he's very, very experienced when it comes to long distance motorcycle riding. Not to mention all the bun burners and the saddle sores and some of the insane rides that he's accomplished. So I like to call him a subject matter expert. I think that's fair. He might not accept it, but I'm calling him a subject matter expert on this thing. And we're talking about preparing. We're talking about planning and preparing to execute a long distance coast to coast ride. So okay, let's do this. Okay, David, foot gear. Foot gear. Let's talk socks and boots.
Now, my socks, believe it or not, I can tell you how many pair of them I have, but I like the Harley compression socks.
Harley compression socks?
Yeah, the most, if you look at Harley, they have the riding socks. They'll either say cool or warm, whatever, I guess, because, thinner or light, but most of them are compression socks. And, that way it keeps that, that flow in your leg. But in fact, I got a pair on right now, to be honest with you. But,
actually, I've never bought Harley compression socks, but I do like it, compression socks as well. It just feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, they feel good. And like I say, and so that's one thing one thing I'll say about Harley, a lot of people will get mad and say, yeah, $100.
Yeah.
Harley stuff is not cheap. But then again, 90% of the stuff is quality.
Yeah,
I'll give that to them. It is quality, and I mean, sometimes I can find stuff somewhere else that's different, but it's quality. And plus, now like in the wintertime, or like when it's cooler out, and sometimes most of my socks are also wool. I learned that from a few people also, and because you just, if you sweat wool, it just doesn't stick to you. And plus, when it gets wet, it dries out a lot quicker. So wool is your friend. In fact,
are you talking about wool year round? Or are you talking about wool wintertime?
There's wool year round, wool in the summertime too. Believe it or not, there's lighter. You don't have to get the heavy wool. Of course, you're not gonna wear heavy wool in the summertime. You're gonna burn up. But the lighter wools in the summertime, even for undershirts. I'll be honest with you, probably about 80% of my underwear is wool.
Really?
Once I got turned down to that, I'm like, wait a minute, this stuff works.
Okay. You wear wool underwear on the bike?
Yes.
In the summertime?
Well, in the summertime, if I'm not wearing my long distance comfort stuff, yes, I'm wearing wool. Okay. Look up company. I think it's Woolly, WOOLY. The underwear they sell it's really light.
I am gonna check.
And it is, it actually stuff works.
I'm gonna tell you,
you don't need the monkey butt.
Hey, as soon as low key see this video, low key going right to the link. He pull it in. Hey, low key don't play around. That's my subject matter expert on factory equipment and apparel.
Yeah.
Him and Preach Breed, man. Shout out to those guys. So okay.
See, low key is the problem. Now, see, I got those. I haven't got a chance to wear them yet, but what's the name of those boots? I got a set of them.
Oh yeah. Dang it. I know what you're talking about. Dang it. Those are good looking boots too.
Yeah, they are good looking.
Are they like some Indian? Isn't there some Indian name?
It's like a fireman's boot or something like that. Boy,
yeah, it's some Indian name. Dang it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that show up that we did from last fall about this time, and we started talking about boots and those type of things. Man, dang it, I'm gonna get that. Y'all hanging out, man. I'm gonna get that.
I haven't even worn yet. And
and
I think
is that Chippewas?
Like that,
yeah. It's Chippewas, yeah, man. You can't even the real ones, the original ones. They're hard to find.
You can't find. I got these off of eBay, and whoever had them.
You have to get them off eBay.
I do not know why he sold them, but they are in excellent condition. In fact, he has a thing up there instead of having the tie-up strings. The strings are there, but there's a zip up to them.
I like that.
And I like that. Boy, I don't know what made these guys sell them. I got them for I think he charged me $70. And I'm like, man,
wow.
I bought those.
You can't even get them, man. You can't even get them. Yeah, and even if you get a new pair, you ain't paying $70. I can tell you
not
that.
$70. But I wear the Harley boots a lot of times. I got a lot of boots from Harley.
Yeah.
And,
I rock the Harley boots too. I mean, they look good, and some of them have really good grips and stuff like that. And they last. They're good boots. Yeah. But I'm looking, moving in the future. I'm looking. Yeah, they're pricey. Yeah. But I'm looking in the future, man, to get a real good boot that obviously is going to take elements. It's going to take a lot of elements. It's going to take rain, cold, hot. I want it to be fairly light.
Yeah. Well, now I tell you, I don't know the exact name of them, but they are from Harley, and I got them a few years ago. In fact, I wore them when we did the when I did the I-10 in with my wife. When you saw me, those boots, they were extremely comfortable. They never got wet on the inside. I don't know I guess it rained on the sun, but I'm saying they kept me warm. But I don't know in the summertime if I'd want to wear them, but they weren't really heavy. I have to name them, but more than likely, with my luck, if there's something I really, really like and they were all this, Harley probably discontinued them.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so before we go through some of these picks that I want to go through with you.
Okay.
Okay. I ain't wearing no wool underwear in the summertime. I'm just too. I can't mentally get into it. Now the wintertime, I'm with you.
I tell you what,
but
you're going to be there Friday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
When you see how light, you're like, wait a minute, that ain't wool. I'm like, yes, it is too.
But there's also the base layer type underwear. There's like a Cool Max underwear, like the body, the 2-piece. Cycle Gear sells them. They're fairly inexpensive. I don't know a bunch of the name brands, but I normally buy the ones from Cycle Gear. Do you buy anything different than that?
Like I told you, I got the long distance comfort stuff. I have a few of their things. Like I said, it's not cheap.
Long distance comfort?
Yeah, long distance comfort. Yeah, and the reason why I probably don't have as many because and my wife will tell you when I buy me something, I have to buy it for her too. So.
Oh, facts. you know the drill. hey, tighten up. You know the drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's good enough for you, it's gonna be good enough for her.
Right. She lets me be the guinea pig though. She won't let me buy something for her right off bat, but I'll get it and it's like, hey, that's kind of nice. I'll try it, and then. Hey, there it is. I'm always the guinea pig for everything, though.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, so I'm looking at this picture here. I'm looking at some. Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
I got you on. I'm looking at some real motorcycle riders here. Who we got in this picture here, and where we at?
Oh yeah, we were. I think that was that Mount Shasta. I think that was Mount Shasta, and that's Clint, Tone. Let's see. That's Highway Smiley, Reed.
Legends
there. Yeah. Wow, North Carolina. Like Retro. Low key, of course, me and then that day over there. Yeah.
Man, we had some who's who guys here. Let me see what else I could pull up. This was at the
that was the Three Flags Classic.
Flags Classic.
Yep.
Okay. Let me take a look. That thing was this when
that was at the Three Flags Classic at the end. What is why can't I think of her name? Real nice, sweet lady, really sweet lady. Why can't I think of her name? I'm not good at remembering names. No, I'm terrible at it. I'll see her and we'll talk. But yeah, she I think she's in Tennessee. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. And this is for those who don't know, this is the bike.
Yeah, that's me on the bike going somewhere. Well, that's probably Three Flags. Yeah, you see, I got my little 360 mounted up there and got my spacesuit on.
Now that's what's up. That's the climb suit, right?
Yeah, that's the climb right there.
That's the climb suit
with my Bell helmet.
Okay. Is this the bike that's got motor work on it?
No, that's the newest bike I have. That has no motor work on it. Not even 2 years old yet. I got just over. I think I got like 66,000 miles on it right now.
What kind of slip-ons you got?
The tabs.
Oh, you got the tabs. Okay, so you really loud. Let's see if I can find a couple more.
No, actually, Sarge, that bike isn't really that loud because what the guy had to do. Yeah, I got one of the tabs is a zombie, and the other one is the medium muffler, and it tones it right out. It's still, it'll bark, but at first when I had the zombies on there, after
them zombies
300 miles, the drone just started getting on my nerves.
Hey man, them zombies. Hey, after 800, 900 miles, man, you better put some earplugs in.
That's what I'm saying. So I went ahead.
They were right on your teeth. But I see here you got
that's the crew. That's the riding crew. That was Carmel
Tisci, Becky Tard, Highway Smiley.
Yeah.
I see you got Boston, man. We got K Solo Reef. We got the heavy hitters, don't we? See Tef. We got some heavy hitters in this picture.
AC Reef's wife is back there, Linus. She's in there.
Yeah, I see it. Where was this? Was this in Cali or was this?
That was. I'm trying to think. That might have been in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we took off. Yeah. Because I see John back there. here back there too. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. My man D Bell, he got receipts. Oh, who is this cat here? This dude,
Yeah.
this dude, he ride motorcycles on the Chitlin circuit, don't he?
Yeah. That's my man. He's a good
Yeah.
man though.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's Kodak. Hey, that's Kodak, the ground pounder, man. Shout out to him. Matter of fact, Kodak and Frizz and PJ and who else was it?
They went to
Czar.
Alaska.
Those guys did Key West to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska.
And now you see I have my other suit on in that one. You can hardly come apart, but that's my Revit suit I got on in that.
Oh, that's the Revit suit?
Yeah, that's the Revit suit.
Okay. Is that two pieces to that jacket?
It's actually three pieces. It's a two. It
Three
actually
pieces
has.
to it.
Yeah, it has three pieces to it. It has a rain liner and a not heated, but a warmth liner, I guess you call it, and then the thing itself. And you can take them out. Like I said, I love that suit, but it's just a little bit heavier than my Clem. And it's like I said, in order for it to be water resistant, you have to wear the rain liner.
Yeah.
So it's water resistant, but in order for it to be waterproof, I'll put it that way.
Okay. Who are these lovely ladies with you?
That's my wife in Boston.
All right, motorcycle riders too, man. I'm telling you, man. A couple who ride together stay together. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there to you, man. Let's see. We got.
That's trouble at that table.
Okay.
Wait, that's is that Moose or is that?
That's Moose. That's Moose out of Wardolph, Maryland. I think. Where's Moose out of Wardolph?
Yeah. He'll be there. He'll be there.
He'll be there.
In a couple of days. I can't wait to see them again. I was so glad we had been friends on Facebook for I don't know how many years. When I finally met them the other year, I was so happy. I mean, just what I expected to be, and love.
Oh, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Don't know. This might be in Jacksonville. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think that
I
is.
think this is Adamac Harley Davidson.
That was Adamac. That was during the Iron Elite. Because what it was, my wife and I, those bikes were basically new. Then you see, I have no lights or nothing on it. Then that was their break-in ride.
I thought the wife had the same color scheme as you had.
Well, hers is the same color scheme as mine. It's just reversed. So where mine is gray, hers is blue, and it's opposite like that. They're just exactly reversed.
Okay, very cool. Let's see. See, we got anything? Well, we get we get into the family stuff now, so we'll come on out. Yeah,
that's my crew, South Florida crew. You saw on that one.
Yeah, we'll come on out of it. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit with the audience, man, and I appreciate you for coming on with us today. And this was supposed to be an I-10 to the end interview, but I thought to myself, as me and David was talking, I was like, man, he has so much experience. I really would like to talk to you about a different angle today. Because, and this is what I appreciate about David. He's constantly coming on the podcast and he's giving us information on equipment, things to do to the bike to make the bike more effective for you on long distance riding, safer for you on long distance riding. He's giving us, he's the test guy to let us know whether or not it's good stuff or it's junk. So he's saving us money. He's saying, okay, Sarge, this is a good piece of equipment. Sarge, don't bother. And I appreciate him for doing it. So let's do this, man. David, I appreciate you and the wife more than you guys will ever know.
Well, I appreciate you. You just don't know. I love this thing you got going. And like I said,
I appreciate it.
Grow from here on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. For those who don't know, he is a major contributor to the platform with his wisdom. Y'all look forward to him. I'm going to be bugging him all the time to bring him on again to talk about what we love doing. And that's long distance motorcycle riding. The each one teach one. My man, he really does understand the mission of each one teach one. And we're doing this thing not because we're trying to get anything out of it, except helping one another to be the best motorcycle riders we can be. And that's truly Iron Elite. So with that being said, David, any last words, man, you want to leave us with? Anything at all?
Not much. I still haven't come up with what I want to do for my pay it forward to the I-10 end to end. I'm still got that coming. I still got one coming. But we'll talk about that Friday.
Hey, we talked about it. It needed to be
anybody want to ever
unique.
talk to me about anything, I'm always available. I just put it that way. I don't try to hide information from anybody. I try to give out what I can. And hey, I'm always
That's
willing to learn.
facts. Yeah. Somebody said that was Marilyn Sparkle. Okay, Sonny said that was Marilyn Sparkle.
Yes,
Castillo,
yes, that's
I
who it
believe.
was.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes, it was.
awesome, awesome. Hey, so you guys are chilling. We're gonna see y'all this weekend. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
where we're gonna be at this weekend, Dave? Where it's gonna be?
Don's. Well, we're going to be in Hammond, Louisiana, at Don's Seafood, where we're going to be staying in Baton Rouge.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, D Bell, man, I-10 to the end, Gold Star, third ride finisher. D Bell, Southern California Motorcycle Association, Triple Crown finisher, 3 flags finisher. And was there anything else you did in 2024? Man, you need to sit down somewhere.
I
Doing
got
too
this.
much.
Well, I got the gold. Not the gold. I got the silver mile leader from IBA. I need 2 more rides to get the gold. That's why I did the 95, and then I need 1 more bun burner and 1 more saddle sword to get that. And I'm going to definitely try to get that before March. So I don't know. Maybe another I-10 in the end. Who knows?
Hey, hey, so how many miles do you think you've ridden this year alone?
Well,
From,
like I
from
told you,
January to what? October 1 now.
let's see. Wow, that's hard to say. It's really hard to say. All I can tell you is my bike is not 2 years old yet, and on that bike I have right at 65,000. And I've ridden my other bike a little bit some during the year, also a couple of times to Orlando to meet up with some friends and stuff. So I probably got about 40,000 miles.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is it safe to say you've done about 40 right now?
About 40
in
this year.
climbing.
Yep.
Wow, brother, you are a motorcycle rider. Man, you ain't no highway bully, bro. You a highway beast. You are a highway beast.
I'm trying
man.
to grow up and be like Reef and Solo and hey, Monica and them, you know?
Yeah, hey, man, Monica's something else. She did
like
Grand Slam 2 years back to back. First female to do it.
That's
Yeah.
My hat's off to her. Like I said,
She's
between
amazing.
her and the Hokaday ladies, they doing it.
Yeah.
They doing
Hey
it.
man, I'm trying to tell everybody. I said, man, this whole Iron Elite family are some of the greatest motorcycle riders on the planet, bar none. I'm just privileged just to be in you guys' your atmosphere, man. So I want to continue to bring you guys on and celebrate again the greatest that we have to offer in the motorcycle riding world, and hopefully through you guys sharing your stories again, it'll inspire us to get on our motorcycle and ride our greatest ride. So with that being said, D Bell, we appreciate you, man. Let's do this real quick.
I appreciate you having me here.
Hey man, tell the wife that me and the wife love you guys to death. We'll see you guys this weekend. In the meantime, in between time.
Looking forward to it.
Hey man, let's keep it motorcycling, you dig? I
yeah.
appreciate you, brother. Take care. Mad love.
You too. Take care.
All right. Hey, man, there you have it, man. D Bell, rider number 102. He's a veteran of the I-10 to the End alumni program. He's a huge contributor to the show and what we do here on the Iron Elite podcast. Him and his wife are awesome people. If you haven't taken the time to meet them, man, reach out to them on Facebook and get to know them, man. They are, what you see is what you get. He shares everything with you. He's not one of those guys. He knows knowledge, he has experience, and he keeps it to himself. No, he shares it. He really does, man. We appreciate them so much. We appreciate you guys for being on with us today, man. I've had a lot of heavy hitters come on to the podcast to say what up this morning. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys got things to do, but you did spend a little time with us today on the Iron Elite podcast. And if you guys love the show and you would like the show to be shared with others, man, feel free to take the time to let other people know about the show. I know not everybody's a long distance motorcycle rider, but let's be honest, you wasn't either when you first started. Most of us started off just riding in the neighborhood or riding around the block or just riding to our local bike nights. But over time, we got inspired to want to go out and reach out more and more to see the world behind bars, to be able to make relationships with people, to be able to make memories. And that's truly what it's all about, man. Here on the Iron Elite podcast, we just promote that. Shout out also to my 2025 Titan Award recipients, man. Reef, Sharif Asadiq, Tamiko Wade Piper. Come out, let's celebrate those guys. February 7th and 8th, of 2025. Let's cheer them on as we present them with their Titan Award, man. Again, we appreciate them so much. If you guys have not got your host hotel reservation, please do so today. We have some 90 plus rooms that have already been booked and sold out for the hotel. Not much left. The link is on the Iron Elite Home of the Ground Pounders reunion page. If you can't find it, it's in the featured section. If you still can't find it, let me know. I'll inbox it to you. Love to see you guys here in Jacksonville, Florida, February 7th and 8th. Iron Elite Home of the Ground Pounders reunion, paying tribute to Black History Month event at Adamak Harley Davidson, Bay Meadows Boulevard, Jacksonville, Florida. And also, man, also, do not forget, we do have the merch link that's in the description here on the YouTube page. The Keep It Motorcycling line, the Iron Elite stuff, hats and poker chips and patches and all kind of cool stuff on there. If you want to support the platform, man, feel free to go on the merchandise link and order you some swag, man, so you can support with pride. I guess that's about all. Your boy Sarge got to get moving. I got a day job to get to. And Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm going to give y'all one more time, man. I'm not going to forgive you until Friday, but I'm going to give y'all one more time to get this thing together, man. Y'all got to beat them Indianapolis Colts, man. Let's make it right. And for my riders that are going to be getting out this weekend, man, y'all be safe, prepare well, make sure those bikes are ready to go. And with that being said, man, your boy Sarge is out of here. Peace.
Dear Lord, thank you for waking us up this morning. Lord, thank you for our family and our friends. Thank you for our health and our wealth. And if I can bother you with just one favor, can you please help the Jacksonville Jaguars make it to the Super Bowl in 2024? Amen. All right, man, it's morning time. Get up, get at 'em, get your behind to work. The motorcycle parts ain't gonna pay for themselves, you dig?
The Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here.
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite podcast. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.